Thought Bubble Audio.
Look, up in the sky.
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Welcome to Beer with Geeks with Tim and Frank.
Who are you?
I'm Batman.
I am Iron Man.
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Hi, Christopher. I'm Nero.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
You're a wizard, Harry.
A couple of guys with a couple of beers and a whole lot of pop culture nostalgia.
Make it so, number one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.
Named the dog Indiana.
Life finds a way.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Now sit back and crack open a cold one, because it's time for Beer with Geeks.
It comes in paints?
Shaken, not stirred.
Great Scott!
I was way off. I knew it started with an S, though.
Hi, and welcome to Beer with Geeks, where two geeks geek out with beer. I'm Tim, and with me, as always, is the man who loves making a list and checking it twice. It's Frank. How are you today?
A little early for that, don't you think? Just a touch.
It's a little touch early, but we do have a list in front of us. So, and you did check it twice before I press record. So
what you say is accurate.
Yeah.
I cannot argue with it. So you have described me accurately. Thank you. Thank you for that.
I know that I've
You
been
see
watching.
me. I feel seen.
You're welcome. I know I've been watching too much Star Trek when you said you have, and my brain immediately went to the con.
Nice.
Like, yep, just too close. Too much Star Trek. Right.
There
now.
was no spoilers, but we're Marissa and I are watching the new season of For All Mankind on Apple TV Plus.
Yes.
And the creator, co-creator, and showrunner is Ronald D. Moore, who was a writer on The Next Generation.
Right, and he's the Battlestar Galactica guy.
Battlestar
right?
Galactica, yeah. And there was an episode where someone said, "Make it so," and I just couldn't. Marissa was like, "What?" And I was like, "That's a Star Trek line."
But she doesn't know "Make it so."
No,
that's so.
She doesn't know no.
I take my wife for granted sometimes. I think she definitely knows "Make it." My wife definitely knows "Make it so." So I think
I
think I take my wife for granted sometimes.
Yeah, my wife had no sci-fi background.
That's fascinating that she's watching For All Mankind then, because it's just gotten more sci-fi as the show's gone on.
It has, but it's still historical fiction, and she really likes the ripple effect of how different history has gotten,
Gotcha.
at the era that they're in now.
So it doesn't matter that they're all using the Force and have lightsabers because it's
No, it's fine. When a Ferengi shows up, she doesn't even notice it anymore.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. That's awesome. Maybe that's how you really need to that's how you need to gear all science fiction. It's just alternative history.
Yeah,
one thing changed, and this changed the course of history.
Exactly. Start it really close to actual history, and then just sort of have it deviate far enough that they don't even realize they're just boiling the frog. You're just boiling the sci-fi frog, and they don't even realize that they're being boiled. I know that's not a true thing. That's been debunked, but it doesn't matter. It's still a useful phrase.
It is.
So there you go. Hey, Tim, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a Guinness, Frank. Yeah. Just a good old classic from Dublin in a bottle, established 1759. All the good stuff we know about Guinness. But they were a gift from my father-in-law, and I am now drinking them.
Nice.
And it's always good.
Always good. Always refreshing. I know it was refreshing, but
it's
always
just like a liquid loaf of bread. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah,
it really is. Nice. I'm enjoying a Smuttynose Old Brown Dog American Brown Ale.
Ooh, I like a good American brown.
Yeah.
We went for the darkers today. When it's getting cool.
I know, yeah.
Outside. It is getting colder outside.
It is. Yeah, that's it. So this is not as, it's not like a stout. It's not as thick and like your stout there, but it's a nice dark, holding down the low end, so to speak, while still being more refreshing than, say, an IPA.
Right. Absolutely. No offense to the IPA, but you're not refreshing. Get out of here.
No, it's not refreshing. It can be great, but
it'll be great.
Refreshing is not how I would describe it.
Never, ever, ever, ever. Anywho, my friend, you have a fun little new game for us to play today.
Yes, I do. I was gosh, I don't remember where I picked this up. I think it was a YouTube channel or a podcast. Now I honestly can't remember. It was a while ago, but this idea of, pick a group of characters from some franchise or some, it could be a franchise. It could be, classic literature or the ancient mythology or something. Pick a group of characters.
Shakespearean heroines.
There you go. I like that. That's a good one. Write that one down. You pick that group of characters, and then there's a list of questions that you go down. Things like, who would you invite out to the movies? Who would you grab a beer with? That kind of stuff. And you go down the list and you assign them, and the trick is you can't repeat, right? You can only name each character once, so you can't be like, oh yeah, I'd grab a beer with them. Ooh, and I'd also start a band with them. And oh yeah, I'd also no. You got to pick one per. That's what makes it. You gotta make some decisions, and that's really hard for me. So we'll see how this goes.
It's sticking to them. That's the hard part. I can't. There's no backtracking. No backsies here.
Right. I mean, maybe we allow ourselves, one
backseat instead of a one lookup. You get a one backseat.
One take back. Like, oop, never mind.
Yeah, one oopsie. All right.
One oopsie.
One oopsie.
So you've compiled a list of whom?
Yes, we are going to start with the Disney princesses, because it seemed less obvious than our other go-to choices.
Star Wars,
Marvel, DC,
yeah,
Star Trek, whatever. So we're going to do with the Disney princesses, and they are as follows. In case you do not know the Disney princesses: Snow White, Cinderella, Aurora, Ariel, Belle, Jasmine, Pocahontas, Mulan, Tiana, Rapunzel, Merida, Moana, and Princess Leia. Yeah.
Darn straight.
She's a Disney princess now.
Yes, she is.
So we're doing it.
We're doing it. She's in. She's on the list. Mm-hmm. It's our podcast. It's our list, and she's going to be on it.
Exactly.
So send all complaints to Marvel Alliance. Anyway.
Okay. Should we tell everybody the list, like the questions ahead of time, or should that be a surprise?
Ooh, no, let's keep it a surprise.
Okay.
Let's go through and let's just go down the list.
Okay. Frank, who would you invite out of the list of Disney princesses, or who would you grab a beer with? I'd like to grab a beer with her.
Yes. I think I would grab a beer with Rapunzel.
Oh,
is that weird to say? She was in that movie. She was cool. In Tangled, we're talking about Tangled.
Yeah.
She was a cool girl. She was a cool woman. Like I guess she was like a teenager, but you know what I mean. She was cool. I think I would like people to hang out with her. I saw the movie 13 years ago. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think I'd like to
You're
grab.
Like, clearly you don't.
No, Rapunzel's great. You should watch it again. It's so good. I think I want to grab a beer with Tiana.
Nice.
Yeah, she's good people. I think I want to do Tiana.
Right on.
Yeah, that seems she's good. But also because you could be like, so you were a frog. Tell me about that.
How was that?
I mean, I saw the movie, but I want to know the story from your perspective. You fought a dude in a top hat. I want to know more about that. That sounds fun. You're obviously alive, so it worked out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Plus, I feel like it's also like grabbing a beer in New Orleans. So, like, if you think if I go for like location too, that like I would like to do that. That sounds really fun. So I'm going to go with Tiana. All right.
Solid.
You ask the next question.
Okay. Who would you want to be stuck on a deserted island with?
Oh, a deserted island. Pocahontas. I feel just in terms of survival.
That was my thinking too. Yeah.
I feel like Pocahontas is going to be the person that's going to be able to help me the most.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Plus,
just for
cool
the sake of
they're all cool.
Yeah,
actually, I'm going to get that out of the way. They're all
cool.
Well, no.
Is Aurora cool?
Yes, she is. I like Aurora. Yeah.
We'll get there. Just because you said Pocahontas, I'm going to go a different direction.
Oh.
I think I'm going to say it would be stuck on a desert island with Ariel because she would be able to get us help. Like,
so then you're not really stuck with her. You're sending her off to go get help.
Well, I'm not sending her off anywhere. This is for her as much as it's for me.
What if she's Ariel with legs and no voice, Ariel?
Well, Sebastian's still going to help her out.
There you go. I guess that's true. They all come with a cohort of friendly anthropomorphic helpers.
Absolutely.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true. Okay.
Pocahontas is what's her raccoon friend's name? Miko or whatever. Miko, yeah. Mm-hmm. The crackers,
exactly.
Biscuits, whatever.
Yeah, you nailed it. Frank, who do you want to go to Comic-Con with?
I feel like I'd want to go to a Comic-Con with Merida.
Oh, that could be fun.
Right?
What the bloody hell is all of this?
Yeah, like she's cool as hell and she's badass and she would totally be a cosplayer.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Like steampunk cosplayer or something.
Yep.
And she'd have really cool weaponry. Yeah, Merida.
I think I would want to go with Rapunzel because she would just have an absolute blast. The sheer joy of her going, "Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? Oh, what's this thing?" I think that would make the con feel alive.
Totally.
Instead of old hat. So I'm going to go with Rapunzel.
Right on.
All right, your question.
My question, who would you want to build a startup with? Who do you want to start a company with?
Oh, my gosh.
Go into business.
Start. Oh, my goodness gracious. Moana.
Ooh, do say more.
Moana. She thinks she's just got the gumption to make a startup happen. Not that some of the other ones don't, but I feel like she's just gonna she'll take the risk without steamrolling anybody to get there. And I think that's a healthy blend. So I'm gonna say Moana.
Solid. I like it. I would start a business, I think I'm between two of them, but I'm going to go with Jasmine.
Yeah, that was my other one because I feel like she'd actually be extraordinarily successful.
I feel
be
like
a billionaire in a day.
Jasmine is not that anyone else in this list is not, but Jasmine is extremely competent. She is if nothing else, she is extremely competent. She's the one who's when her dad and Aladdin, she's like, oh my God, all these idiots, just just grow up, basically.
Yep.
All these men. So yeah, I feel like she'd be the voice of reason, and I'd be the lovable scamp. I don't know. Yeah, that's I'm going with Jasmine.
That's a good one. Who would you like to? Who would you like to solve a mystery with?
I'm going to go with Moana on that one.
Moana. I think
tenacious.
I want to solve a mystery with Ariel. I think. Just feel like there'd be some hijinks involved. We might not solve it, but
but someone would lose their voice.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to take that. I'm going to do an oopsie on there. I want to solve it with Belle because I actually feel like we would solve the mystery if it was Belle.
Yeah,
our success rate would be much higher with Belle. So I'm going to go with Belle.
Nice.
All right, your question.
Okay, who would you invite to your game night?
I don't even have a game night. Game night. That's probably Ariel, actually. I'll go with Ariel for that one.
Nice.
Yeah. She seems like she'd be interested in the game and playing it. Oh, what are these? Dice. That seems fun. I want to participate. Just she's going to throw herself in kind of person, even though she doesn't know anybody in the room. And I think that's important for a game night. So, Ariel.
Okay. I'm on board with that reasoning. I think for me, I think it would be Pocahontas.
Interesting. Say more about that.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I took away from Pocahontas the last time I watched it, probably a year or two ago, but it was the first time in a long time that I'd watched it, and I'd forgotten how she does have kind of a playful side to her. I remember her as being very like austere and serious, because she is among the Disney princesses one of the more, sober and sort of, but she's not like the manic pixie dream girl type stereotype, but she has a fun side to her that I feel like I wish we saw more of. So I invited her to game night to get her out of her shell.
Yeah. Okay. I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Is it my question?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes. It's your question.
Who would you like to have a workout session with?
This is where it starts getting.
It gets tricky because you're running out of people pretty quickly.
Yeah, exactly. So it's now starting to have to work a little harder for some of them. Mulan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She's
gonna
make a man.
That's the only right answer, actually.
Yeah. It is Mulan.
Yeah.
To make a man out of you.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only right answer.
sorry, Mulan. You had a montage about working out.
Yeah,
so
that was a whole.
It's you.
Come on. When you have a training montage, you're the one I'm going to be training with.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. You were quite literally built for this. Your movie is this question. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. All right, your question.
Who would you form a band with?
I would form a band with. All right, this is a silly question, but what kind of band?
I don't. Like a rock band.
Like a rock band? Okay, if we say a rock band, it's Merida. But if it's like a string quartet, it's somebody else. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah,
okay.
But a rock band, it's Merida. She's good.
When I think band, I'm thinking like, few guitars, keyboards, drums.
Yeah, it's
singer,
definitely Merida. Yeah.
Okay. This is where I'm going to go with Tiana, because that's where the Louisiana soul, the New Orleans soul, will start to, give a Cajun flavor to the music.
My Scottish rock will kick your Louisiana jazz's ass. Yeah, that's good.
Too bad that's too long for a title.
I know, it is too long. We'll workshop. We're going to workshop it.
We'll get there, yeah.
Who do you want to spend the day at a theme park with?
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Cinderella. I would spend the day. She doesn't get to do a lot of fun stuff. I feel like she deserves a day out.
Totally.
And take her to Disney World, and she's like, "Oh, what's that big building in the middle?" I'll be like, "That's Cinderella's castle." She's like, "What?" Like, don't worry about it.
I'm gonna say Jasmine. Because she'll be game for. I think she'd be game for any of it. Tower of Terror, you got it. Like Roller Coaster of Doom. Why are they all so sad sounding? Like that would be. I think
Rock and Roller Coaster.
Rock and Roller Coaster, right? That one's a good one. I like Rock and Roller Coaster.
I love Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah. So Princess Jasmine. Yeah.
Cool. Our friend Andrew and I once rode Rock and Roller Coaster 10 times in a row.
10 times?
Yes.
What? You guys are crazy.
It was so fun. Okay.
Do I have this? Hold on, before you do that, do I have this right that we have 6 questions left, but only 4 Disney princesses left?
Yes.
Yes.
We have more questions than princesses in this particular.
Okay, that's fine.
So we'll have a couple left over.
No problem.
But that's fine. When we play this game again in the future,
just making sure I didn't screw up my tallying. That's all that matters.
You're good.
All right. Before you continue, who are your 4 that are left?
I've got Snow White, Aurora, Princess Leia, and Belle.
I have everything the same except for Belle minus Cinderella. How fascinating. Right. Okay. Go ahead. Your question.
Sorry, now that you said that, I'm just writing down the 4 that I have left because I don't want to get confused and forget. Okay. Who would you cook a meal with?
I would cook a meal with Cinderella.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like, one, I definitely know she knows how to do it.
Yes.
Because that's step number 1. But she'd be kind about all of it.
Oh,
that's
true.
That's the important part.
That's true. I would cook a meal with Snow White for largely the same reasons. We know she can cook. And she'd be so kind. And think of all the wildlife she'd bring into the home while she's singing, you know? Like,
yeah, I really don't want the wildlife around the kitchen. That's
I think having, chipmunks and stuff on the windowsill is charming, don't you?
The windowsill is one thing, but
yeah, and then when they're laying the pie crust, the birds are laying the pie crust down, that's charming, right?
Yeah,
like that in their beaks, and then they're using their talons to mark the pie crust.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I would totally eat that pie. You're right.
That's totally not gross in any way.
Nope, not gross. Not gross at all. It's totally fine. Frank,
I don't know where those feet have been.
Frank.
Yes,
I have dark horses.
Dark horses.
Dark horses have entered the ring. Because we forgot 2 very important Disney princesses.
Okay, who?
One of them is Mia Thermopolis of the Princess Diaries. Now you have to use her somewhere.
Nice.
And the other one is, can't remember her name. Give me a second. Giselle from Enchanted.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah. So we did not use, so yeah, we needed some. So now, some dark horses. That was fun. We did not anticipate that.
This is a curveball. This changes some things. Like I might have started a band with Mia Thermopolis. This is
totally
wow.
right, but too late now. Sorry.
Too late now. Well, I still haven't used my take back. You already used yours.
That's true. Oh yeah, I did. Dang it. And I introduced this. Anyway,
yeah.
Whom would you survive the zombie apocalypse with?
Princess
Leia. Absolutely.
10 times out of 10.
Sorry. No offense to any of these other princesses, but she's the only one that's going to survive it.
Come on.
Yeah.
General Leia to you.
That's correct. Because
General Organa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Show some respect.
It is.
Private.
Okay.
All right.
Yep. Next one.
Who would you have a movie marathon with?
I would have a movie marathon with Aurora. I feel like
she'd be like, "What is this magic? What is this magic? Devil magic that's happening?"
Assuming that
the fairies at it again. What's going on?
As soon as that she's seen a filmation machine or whatever, then then I would say that she's just like, well, I've got a lot to catch up on. I was asleep for like a day, so let's watch let's watch some movies.
Wouldn't you be afraid of her falling asleep during the movie though?
I fall asleep during the movie anyway, so you're really just looking for somebody that will fall asleep during the movie and not judge you for it as well, because they're also going to fall asleep. Mm-hmm. I made that work.
You did. That was a very good. Quick thinking. I would have a movie marathon with Mia.
Yeah, that would. I feel like the tastes would be the same, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I unironically love that movie.
No, me too. I love the Princess Diaries. It's a great movie.
A piece of early 2000s culture in a a snapshot of early 2000s culture.
Yep,
Mandy Moore and
absolutely.
A couple of years ago on my birthday, it was snowing. We couldn't go anywhere, so my wife was like, pick a movie. What movie do you want to watch? And I was like, I feel like watching The Princess Diaries. And she was like, are you serious? And I was like, yes. She's like, you could make me watch Star Wars or whatever, and you're gonna go with Princess Diaries. And I was like, yes, I am. Final answer.
That's awesome.
And that's how I spent my 32nd birthday.
That's so good. That's amazing. What a great birthday. It's so good.
Snowed in by the fireplace, watching Queen's Gambit, and then
what a pairing. Oh my goodness.
Back to back. It was
wild. Oh. I think the last time I watched it, I'm pretty sure I was also the one that suggested it to my wife. Pretty sure it wasn't my birthday or anything. I think it was just like, I could go for that. Let's do that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Movie marathon. That was your question?
That was mine.
Frank, who would you go back in time with?
Giselle, because look at how confused she was coming into the real world, and now take her back in time. Just think about the hijinks that would ensue.
There would be hijinks. So
the jinx would be high.
Yeah, Giselle that makes a lot of sense. They would be, but you know what? It would all work out because of the singing. I think that, like, even though she was confused, like, all the disorder led to order because of her, and so it was almost be like a safe bet. Like, okay, so we're in 18 CE. We'll make it work because Giselle is here. Sure, yeah. Get them to sing about Julius Caesar and how much they loved him. Yeah, whatever. Okay, guess she's thinking about Rome all the time too. Right, great.
I don't know where my bell is.
I don't know. Yeah, it's good. All right.
Boy, fetch my bell.
Boy, the one as big as me.
The prize bell in the window.
Yeah, that's good.
Come back with the bell maker and I'll give you half a crown.
Oh, no. Oh, yes, excellent. So good. Lovely. Okay, your question.
My question. Who would you go on a road trip with?
I would go on a road trip with Mia.
Good answer.
We would have a lot of fun.
Yep.
There would definitely be hijinks, and we would definitely run out of gas, or the car would break down in the middle of the desert or something. But at least we would have fun.
But the jinx would be high. You would be hijinks in it.
Mm-hmm.
You would, like, think about like the road trip playlists, like,
mm-hmm.
So it would be spot on.
Would be great. Her friend, who I can't remember her name, would pop out in the back seat and then halfway through the trip, like, I'm here too. Like
Lily with her cable access
yes,
show.
that's right. Yeah. There's a lot of fun happening, and we haven't even left yet. So
yes,
yeah.
There we go. Nice.
Yep.
I can already hear the Dr. Horrible sing-alongs happening.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna go on a road trip. I'm gonna go on a road trip with Belle.
That would be fun.
I feel like Belle. Here's the thing about Belle.
Are you sure that she just wouldn't have her nose in a book the whole time?
Yeah. You know what? No. I'm taking it back. I take it back. Here's why. So that leaves me with Aurora. And Aurora, similarly to the picture show, I think that a horseless carriage would be hilarious to watch her react to. No. I do think.
No, her dad had that combustible engine fire cutter. I think she'd be like, "This makes sense to me."
Belle's dad, but we're talking about Aurora now.
Oh, Aurora, right.
I just took it back. Yeah, no, I hear you on that. Yeah, for Belle, but no, Aurora would probably take a nap and let me listen to my podcasts the whole way.
Totally.
So there's
absolutely. But if Belle was awake reading a book, you would be worried the entire time if you were bothering her.
If I'm bothering
with
her,
your noise.
I don't want to. Yeah.
Perfect sense. All right, which leaves the final question. Who would you be roommates with?
So for me, it's Belle.
It's Belle, and for me, it's Snow White.
Okay.
I think...
I feel like Snow White would be an excellent roommate.
So she'd be excellent. Everything would be clean. She would just make you pie just because. Like,
yeah, exactly.
She's lovely. She doesn't cause problems.
The hard part would be like trying to keep up with her, right? 'Cause she's always going to be like cleaning up or whatever, and you'd be like, "Oh, am I the messy roommate now? Because she's so neat." You know, like that would
true.
be the and if that's the hard part, that's not bad.
No,
is what I'm saying.
Not hard at all. We might have to deal with some just like rando weird neighbors coming into our windowsill and be like, boo, you know,
right, yeah.
But you know, that's not the worst thing. It's not the worst thing. Belle would be
worse things.
Yeah, Belle would be a great roommate. Yeah,
Belle would be a great roommate. I kind of I'm thinking about. I feel like Belle being a reader and being something of an intellectual. I feel like I would enjoy. I hate small talk. I hate small talk so much.
Oh, the fine weather we're having, that kind of thing.
It's the worst. I hate small talk. I would much rather, I have a much better time. I have a much better like connection with a stranger if we can talk about something super deep, like go right into the deep end. Like, give me like your thoughts on philosophy. What do you think is the meaning of life? Like, I would so much rather have that conversation with a complete stranger than talk about the weather. Every single time. I find that small talk, I just find like everyone pretending. It's like an annoying pretend game that we all do, and I hate it. I wish we would all just agree to stop it. But if we could talk about things that actually mattered, like I love that. And I feel like Bella is one of those people who wants to talk about the deep thoughts that she's having or the things that she's reading about, or like, oh man, Victor Hugo really brings poses some questions that are whatever. Like I just feel like she would be a really stimulating conversationalist, and cool to like hang out with at home.
I think all of that is absolutely true, and this was a lot of fun. I'm so glad we did this, Frank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where?
Glad you liked it.
Yeah, I did. Where can the people find us?
You can find us at beerwithgeeks.com. That's where you can find all of our nearly 500 episodes, the show notes for all of them, etc. And you can rate and review us or subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Those ratings and reviews really do help. So please take a second to do that if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you very much. If you're looking for another way to support us, you can also head over to patreon.com/thoughtbubbleaudio. And that is how you can throw us a couple bucks and help us keep the lights on here at Beer with Geeks.
Well, very good, Frank. As always, it is an absolute pleasure to talk to you. Until next time, cheers.
Cheers.